Uh, I am your host with the most big surf guy, and this is my boy D Class. D Class, say what's up to the people.
Man, what's the deal, everybody?
Man, we was
What's
over here having a conversation. I accidentally hit the live button
yeah? Well, you got you caught niggas in mid conversation. Goddamn.
mid conversation. But today, man, we got a lot going on today. Today will be a little different than a lot of other times. Today gonna be more about our trials and tribulations mixed in with the news and everything else that we do. But we're gonna crack it off with a little news for y'all. See what we got going on. I'm gonna grab my tab real quick and then we can start.
Shit,
But how you doing today,
I mean,
class?
I could start you. I could start y'all with some news, man. You heard that Kendrick album, bro?
No.
So, I mean, as a non Kendrick fan, I can say I found about 4 songs on there that I could really listen to.
Yeah, because I'm not that big of a Kendrick fan either. But you know, the not like us, like he got jams. Not gonna sit here and act like Kendrick ain't got no
Right.
jams. Kendrick got jams. But just the last couple of albums, I just wasn't in on. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
and everybody got their own little flavor, all that extra shit. Like, I mean, I get it, like the conscious rap or whatever you lane you want to put it in. Like, I mean, that shit just ain't for everybody, bro. You can't listen to that shit every day, all day. Well, me personally, I can't.
I mean, man, that Section 80 album was so hard. I don't know if there's a mixtape or an album, but that shit was hard, bro. And I would bump that shit every other day.
Yeah, nah, I'm big on a lot of these beats he got. Like, yeah, I don't know. Mustard ain't do all these beats. I know that for a fact. You can kind of tell a mustard beat, and a couple of his beats is a little out the box.
I like that, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. That motherfucker a classic right there.
Oh yeah. Let me see.
That's a
Hold on.
classic song, bro.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if you can hear this real quick. We on.
Yeah, go on and play us, man. Shout out Kendrick Lamar. Shout out the city of Compton. You know what I'm saying? No
If
shade.
this world were mine, hey, all my
Okay.
little days, I feel like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light. Hit them
Oh,
strictly
gotta
with
get my
the
old
fire,
dance.
fire, 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 fire. Fire. Hey, all my little 7 days, I feel like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies from the God. Introduce them to the hit them strictly with the fire, with the fire. Be a king, fire, be a king, be a fly. I just wanna kumbaya, nah. How it goes.
Go and give it a pause real quick, be glad so we don't get no copyright. Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't want no
yeah.
copyright. Don't play too much. With
Kendrick
that music, that
gotta
music
let a
did give
nigga
a
make
nigga copyright, but it was kind of distorted, so you couldn't really hear it accurately. So we
yeah.
should be okay.
Yeah, they gotta stop doing that shit and let a nigga cook, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, basically, when you do like reviews and all that, you are like taking away from the artist and taking away from whoever did the original content. But in a
Yeah,
way, you boosting their shit because your audience is listening to it and they probably don't normally mess with it.
facts. So yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it too. I mean, I get the whole process behind it, but I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, like you kind of people be putting other people on the artists that you probably would never listen to. Cause like I can say I never would have listened to this album if I wouldn't heard it through a podcast.
Right, right. That makes sense.
So it's like, yeah, especially that song, because that was the song I heard. That's what made me even go and listen to the rest of the song.
I feel you on that. Well,
Yeah.
since I ain't on the laptop today, I'm able to move this camera around. I ain't gotta say hold on or be off camera and shit.
Shit, so yeah, tomorrow we got a I am a brand is we going on a hoop session tomorrow. So we finna get back in the gym, man, and start hooping.
That's what's up.
So yeah, we
You gotta record
rented out
that,
a
man.
gym. Yeah, we rented out a gym. So me and a couple of the homies gonna fall in there and record some.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta get some footage of y'all old heads trying to play ball and shit.
Mm. That is all 30, about 35 and up.
He said the 35 and up. Well, you know what's
30.
good about that is all y'all game gonna be about equal. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
No, it's
nobody
not.
gonna be on the court acting like Jordan.
Hey, dog, watch the footage. I'm telling you,
He
the
said,
shit
"Nigga,
is
don't
gonna
get us
be.
twisted."
Nah, like I feel like I ain't hooped with these cats in a minute, but I know that just based on everybody dynamic, you gonna get some highlights, you gonna get some jokes. Yeah, we gonna have to. I'm gonna chop that up and everything. Like, yeah, that's gonna. I feel like it's gonna go live tomorrow.
All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what it do.
Yeah, yeah. We critique the old head game.
Yes, sir. Man, I ran across one of my boys and got some of that old school lavender. I don't know if y'all remember the lavender, but I got two of these lavenders right here, man. I ain't gonna show y'all the rest of them. I'm gonna just show y'all I got them already. You know what I'm saying?
Already in motion. I got some shit called lemon glue.
Does it taste like lemon and glue? I don't know if I want to taste glue
I mean, I'm a fan of the Gorilla Glue, and it does kind of give Gorilla Glue,
vibes.
yeah, but like not too lemony. But I mean, it do have like a little tangy taste to it.
Yeah, I like that citrus, that little citrusy weed. I remember that shit back in the day. Nigga used to try to grow weed and make it himself and shit. Putting lemons all on the weed, lemon peelings all.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for that, bro. I think I had some seeds one time, and I tried to grow it, and once that little sprout came out, nigga was happy as hell, and then that bitch died, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, you gotta grow. See, what niggas would do was go buy a gang of clones and then plant them. You know, some of them gonna die and then some of them gonna live. But when we was growing from a seed, you get a gang of seeds and you just throw them in the yard, and you should have a lot of them should pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or you could put it in a styrofoam cup, poke some holes in the bottom, and put some cotton in there, and throw the seeds in the inside of the cotton.
I just don't have the patience. As
Yeah,
you,
yeah, it's a process, but they got
as
plants
you,
now that are bud in 6 weeks.
yeah, as you see by the hoodie, I'm not built for that.
I
See,
feel it.
some grumpy old shit.
I remember that movie Grumpy Old Men. That was one of my favorites, man.
Facts.
But yeah, me neither. I've not yet successfully grown a plant and
Mhm.
smoked it. Now I
Yeah,
watched my cousin do it multiple times, and
right,
I helped him smoke his shit for sure. But
right.
have I been able to
I've
harvest my own?
partaken in something that's been grown,
Yeah,
but
I watched it go from a little plant. It just wasn't mine. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. It's
To a
like
big
that.
ass
I was
bush.
the uncle that came over at the end.
Yeah, I got some pictures of it with my boy B that passed away recently in front of the tree, and the tree like way bigger than him.
So yeah, that's crazy.
We used to
And
be in the mountains up there by Altadena, man.
yeah,
You grow some good shit up there.
yeah. And let me roll this sweet.
I don't
So
know
we
how
get
the
to have
soil
it
and how
out.
the weather is in Texas to grow weed outside, but in LA, you know, you grow the best shit outside.
Nah, you ain't growing shit in Texas, bro. It's too hot out here, dog.
You got to grow that shit indoors.
Yeah, you gotta be strategic with that shit because you're not just throwing no shit outside and then think, oh yeah, in a couple months I'm gonna get some shit. Once it get hot, that shit dead.
How is y'all laws? Y'all weed legal now, right?
Man, that shit still on some bullshit.
It just
You
ain't
could
like it used
ride
to be. It ain't bad as it
it's
was.
nah, like you could get caught with something and not go to jail. I think it's like think they said shit. I don't even know. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But
He said, I'm not even about to sit and act like I know the rules.
yeah, I don't. Like
He
I
said,
know
niggas
you
ain't
could
getting
get
40 years no more, though. You know
nah,
that for sure.
you could get caught with a little bit and go to the crib still.
But yeah. But you know what? Because of the laws being so strict out there, it make it worth more. You still can get money in the streets because ain't no dispensaries around.
It ain't, yeah. The dispensaries that they got, like it ain't really a dispensary, bro. They selling that THCA.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can you get like a medical weed license in Texas?
I think you can. I've heard something
For
about it.
medicinal use?
I know you can in Louisiana for sure.
Come, you know, when you live here, or you, like even Nevada, they kind of new to it. Like when I came here in 2020, they probably just had legalized weed like a couple years before, if I'm not mistaken, or that year. And I was unused to it too, because other than that, man, it was horrible out here trying to find some weed, and the prices for the shit was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Shit.
saying?
I remember when motherfuckers was charging you $20 a gram, 25.
They was damn near on that out here. Like in
Man,
the late 2000s, when niggas was getting pounds for 600, out here niggas still was selling them for 1600. You know what I'm saying?
that's crazy. Yeah, I remember that shit. I remember when it was a drought. Like niggas couldn't find no weed nowhere.
I don't never remember one of those. I went to South Carolina and it was like that. And I was thinking in my head, well, I know where I could come and make some money, but I never went back.
Man, I'm telling you, it motherfucking move around certain parts. It shit get dry once. Cause you know, at one point, that's when they was doing all the roundups and shit.
I
So
didn't see
shit,
the vision, but I should have went to Cali and brung my ass back on that Greyhound bus, you know, and did my thing out there in South Carolina. I'd have been good. I'd have been
shit.
straight right now. I'd have bought me a little house out there or something. Their house is going for 10,000 and shit in the woods.
No, fact, you could get. Hey, low key, you can get some shit for the low. No, I'm
This was
kind of deep.
2000 and look. This was 2008. D class.
I believe it. I was saying, I'm big on that real estate shit. I know you can get some shit for.
2008, nigga, shit was wide open. This is around the time when we had that what was it, like something like the Great Depression type shit. A lot of people
Mhm.
lost their businesses, lost their homes. They were talking about we going through a recession, and I'm like, well, I don't feel it, but I was hustling. So if you was hustling, you didn't feel no recession. That shit didn't even
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah. We
But yeah, it
we
was
gonna
going down around that time. I guess I hated it so much out there that I just never went back.
see it,
No
man.
disrespect. I just was young, and where I was at was like in the middle of the woods, and it was the summer, and the people I was staying with didn't take me to have no fun. So nigga just was like, I'm not coming back out here for no reason in the world. It's probably a lot funner now, but boy, back in 2008, that shit was like living in the middle of nowhere.
And see, it was probably still popping back then, but it's just that's the thing about like, the country, bro. Like in the country, you gotta make your own fun. Like it ain't like Cali where you just go somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, and I didn't really know nobody because I didn't grow up there. So, and then my cousins was all girls. They were younger than me. You know, I'm the only one smoke weed. They didn't smoke, so it was like boring as shit. I had met a dude who had a studio out there, and I put out my first mixtape. I did it with him. I never seen him or talked to him again, but I had the mixtape, and I took it to LA, and I had everybody jamming that shit. You know what I'm saying? And this was around the time Waka Flocka came out. So yeah, it was like 2008, 2009. In the South, I heard about Waka Flocka. Never heard his music. I just heard the name. And then I came to LA, and maybe like a year or two later, that nigga was popping. You get what I'm saying?
All right, B. I think I heard. I want to tell you when I heard Walk. I want to say to the club.
Yeah, I was in the South when I heard the name. I didn't Hard in the Paint or none of that was out yet. And then I say like some years, like a year or two later, that nigga was cracking, and I'm like, damn, I heard of this nigga when I was in the South. So if you was from the South and you was putting out music and doing marketing back then, they knew about people way before we knew about them.
Oh yeah, yeah, because that was at the beginning, really, of the whole internet really popping off.
Yeah, yeah. YouTube was fresh. YouTube came out in like 2006 or seven, one of those, maybe five, but it wasn't popular until a little while later. I'm gonna tell
Hmm.
you who made YouTube popular. Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy should get a big ass check from YouTube. Wouldn't be no YouTube if it wasn't for Soldier. That was the only reason niggas was watching YouTube. He the one put niggas up on it. Like, go on YouTube and check out my new video, blah, 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 blah. Niggas like, what, YouTube? Then you found out it was music on there. So nigga, I would just go on there and look for music. And you probably could look up some documentaries and, I think it was some early podcasts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long Alex Jones been around, but I'm telling you, Alex Jones was like the nigga on YouTube. Until they banned that nigga, he was the nigga on YouTube for years, way before Joe Rogan.
Okay,
I started watching Joe Rogan because they canceled Alex Jones. They canceled him on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That nigga's to this day he canceled.
but what did he get canceled for?
He telling the truth.
Mm.
And
Some
then they
shit he
start
was
putting
getting.
together like every little thing he say. If he say something that ain't accurate, oh, he's a liar. They start putting propaganda against him. The mainstream media start going against him, calling him racist and all the type of shit. He started fucking with Trump real hard, and they got rid of his ass.
Mm. Some shit he would get millions of views for right now.
Man, he was the voice. You get what I'm saying? If Alex Jones said show up here, it might be 1,000 motherfuckers might show up. They was scared of that. I ain't never heard him say nothing racist. He knew better than to say anything racist because black people watch his channel. He wasn't that stupid. When people try to call other people racist nowadays, it's all different kind of racist if you ask me. So I want to know what kind of racist you are because I might not be what you're talking about. You might have to exclude me. Like there's a difference between a nigga and a black man. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me.
Hey, nah, the craziest thing that I've ever heard was a dude in the military told me. He said, "Man, technically everybody racist." He said, "Because if you don't like your own race, he said you racist."
Right. I told somebody that too. It's racism within our own culture. It's called uh like what level you at. It's a word for it. But like for instance, a black person that went to college and successful in life and never been to jail, never did drugs, they look at other black people who smoke weed and drink and work at the Walmart. They look at them like they better than them. That's classism. So we
Right,
work with classism within our own race. White folks that grew up in the suburbs look at trailer park white folks like trash, call them trailer trash. We didn't make that name up. Who made it up?
right.
Get what I'm saying? So it's classism and then it's racism. And I think they both the same thing.
Yeah, they are to an extent. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they both coincide with each other.
And I grew up around that shit firsthand. My grandma was one of those people who went to college, who was a teacher, and she was the main manager at Hughes Aircraft, and she retired, and then she went back to college, and she looked at people like she was better than them for sure. And I'd be
Mm.
looking like, man, I ain't never. I loved her to death, but that's one thing I just didn't like. Like I didn't like the classism. I never looked at myself like I was better than other people. And
Yeah,
I'm not her. I didn't go to college and all that shit either. So maybe that's why I don't feel that way.
See, and there's, I mean, and that's crazy because it's like, even when I think about that shit, it's like we stayed in Linwood, and it's like, okay, I mean, I went to a private school in elementary, like
I
shit, like
did
nigga,
too.
we had to, yeah, you had to pay to go to that motherfucker every month. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? People went to that bitch. It was, and then when them people grew up, I ran back into a lot of them, and they was still on the same hood type shit. Like it wasn't like that really changed you, but you know what
I
I'm
went
saying? It,
in middle school. Yeah, go ahead, finish D class. I want to cut you off.
but but yeah, it basically, you know what I'm saying? It make you realize, like at the end of the day, when you sit down, man, and like really look at certain things like that you grew up with, it's like you can see the difference in how things move today compared to back then.
My thing is, what do your success got to do with the next person? Because like you said, we all went to the same private school, and some people are more successful than the other people that went to private school. Some people only went during early elementary, then they had to go to regular school after. That kind of mess you up when you got to go from private school to public school. Because the difference is you might got two teachers in a class full of 12 people in the private school. In the public
Right.
school, we might have one teacher with 30 kids in the class. Everybody ain't learning. You know what I'm saying? So that was the
That's
difference I
it.
noticed. And
Yeah,
you
and
know
that
what I
was
noticed about private school? They are all like Christian schools or Catholic schools or this, that, and this. You get to know God. So when you got chapel and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, and that's the way it was. I went to Optimal over there in Compton, over there
I
by
know
the
exactly where that is. I went to
yeah,
Christian Foundation over there by Linwood.
yeah, yeah. I went to Optimal, man. So yeah, went kindergarten through. I think I left there in the third grade, and yeah, I used to have to go to chapel every day. Like you know what I'm saying. When you a kid, you don't really understand it, but I mean, yeah, later on in life, like I ended up going to Southwest, which is a Christian college too, and they made you go to chapel. And it's like that's crazy that, even though you paying to go to the school, like you had to attend chapel every day, every day.
Yeah, you learn the Bible too. That's part of your class too. But I went from probably fifth grade to eighth grade, and then I went to a high school ninth grade LAAA. Shout out my LAAA members, and I definitely know the difference because I went to regular school before I got kicked out. I went
Mm,
from elementary school up until like the fourth or fifth grade, and I got kicked out of Compton School District, and I had to go to like private school, or else they was gonna have me in L.A. or Watts somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or Long Beach. So
yeah,
Granny was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put you in private school," and that shit changed the person that I was. I didn't act like the same kid. When I was in the public schools, nigga, I was gang banging, fighting, all kind of shit. I went to the Christian school. I got along with everybody in my class. The only people that was my age was in my class. You
right,
get what I'm saying? I didn't have no issues with none of them. Like I don't remember no fights. Nobody had a fight. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Nobody felt scared coming to school. It's a big difference. If I had to, my kids live out in the desert, so they I don't think they have that much of an issue other than bad parenting. Like maybe the parents who live out there ain't all together, so their kids could be bad at the schools. But 9 times out of 10, ain't really much going on out there. You get what I'm saying? But if I could
yeah.
put them in a private school, like if they lived here with me in Vegas, I would want them in private school.
Yeah, now my son, he kind of go to like a little private school, and there's, you know what I'm saying, like it's a big. I could tell the difference, bro. Just
You,
because,
you know you saving them from a lot of shit, bullying. I
yeah,
mean, it could be there too, but it ain't gonna be as hard. You get what I'm
it's
saying?
not to that extent just because you only dealing with a certain group of people. You know what I'm saying? You limiting the groups of people that you got to deal with on a daily basis. Because I mean, just throwing a lot of these kids into the fire, man. Everybody ain't built the same, bro.
So
Like,
parents out there, man, if y'all watching this, this is coming from two people who went to private school and went to public school themselves. It is a very big difference.
there's a big difference.
The
And I
whole
went to,
atmosphere is a it's a
and
you even feel the energy. You don't want to be bad around them people because you know everybody there is Christians and deacons and you know what I'm saying? They
they
like
they
you
quick
don't
to
want to
quick to
be
call
bad
you
at
quick
them
to call your
schools.
parents. They'll call your parents. Have your parents come up there, tell your parents come spend the day with you. Like they wasn't doing no tripping. Like, hey. You got to be on your P's and Q's. Then
And the
two,
kids are square too. The kids wasn't bad at them schools. Like, I probably had one or two friends that smoke weed at the school out of a couple hundred people. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, and see, then
People
two,
wasn't that
you had
bad.
to, they had the paddle back then. You know what I'm saying? So
And
yeah,
you got your ass whooped.
you got in trouble or you got a bad grade in class. They tell you, man, go wait in the hallway.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had no choice but to get some act right.
Yeah, I enjoyed, man, private school. That was some of the best years of my life. And then I ended up going to a continuation, which was in my neighborhood, and I just wanted to go there because all my homies went there, and that didn't work out. So I ended up graduating in home studies. But if I could have kept going to private school, I would have rather to finish high school in private school. But I was, when you're young, you don't know what's good for you. You think you know what's
That's
good for you. You don't know shit.
no, that's fact. That's facts. Cause I know shit. I moved damn near. I damn near every year I went to a different school.
Right.
I
So the
went
people you
to
got cool with at the last school, you didn't even get to see them no more because you didn't go to the same school with
it
them no
went
more.
yeah, you go to a different school, but then I played football and all them sports for the park. So, you get to meet everybody back up at the park because everybody played for the city back then. So yeah, but it was crazy, man. Like I could say I've been to probably every school in Long Beach, bro.
And you went to Poly, all of them, huh?
Nah, not high school. High school, I only went to Jordan and then I went to Paramount when I
Jordan.
graduated. But
Okay, my boy Squeak went to Jordan over there by the Mag Mafias.
yeah, yeah, I remember when shit. Man, I went to Lindbergh, I went to Hamilton.
Yep. Hamilton was the shit.
Yeah, I went to Hamilton shit my sixth grade year. Yeah, it was lit though,
What is
man.
that school over? You know what school I wanted to go to in high school? I wanted to go to Westchester. I used to hear about Westchester. West side of LA was to I don't, I'm just gonna be honest. The west side of LA schools was way better than any schools in LA County. That was the only
Mm-mm.
school I heard about celebrities going to. Niggas pulling
Yeah,
up the Benzes in high school. Like the girls looked different. It was just a whole different world. They over there in like Leimert Park area and all that type of shit. You feel me? And like,
yeah.
the
I
good
want to say,
areas of LA.
yeah, I
You know
want to
what I'm
say we
saying?
never went out there. Just in me playing sports, because after I got out of school, man, I wasn't doing all that shit outside. If it didn't have nothing to do with sports, I wasn't with it. Like all that extra shit, I knew a gang of people that gang bang. But shit, man, all that shit, I wasn't with it. Cause my thing is, I felt like you had to be too dedicated to that shit, and I wasn't with all that
You
shit.
said you had to be too dedicated. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
When you a kid and you grow up in it, you don't really notice what you're doing until you probably hit about 16, 17. Then it get real, or 15, 14. I don't even think 14, 15 to get that real. But like, at ninth grade, I'm gonna say you start to realize like, okay, this shit can actually get me killed. So then you start to move a little different and you be a little smarter. Then you figure out, well, I can't go everywhere and I need to know where I'm at. So I remember hitting those ages like being in the wrong hood and hearing people say the opposite of crip. Like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Where
yeah.
the fuck am
And
I
see,
at right now? Like,
you got to
okay, I
think.
ain't never coming back over here no more. It be some of them over there, so I ain't going back over there no. Like you start to learn how to move and shit. About time, 16, boy, I
Move.
knew what it was.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. All the shit that I really learned about the different areas, I learned all through sports. So it's like when you go to different schools,
Parks and
like we
schools,
we yeah,
you
we
hear the
go against
lingo.
yeah, you go against Centennial, you know what I'm saying? I went to Jordan. So you show up all blue jerseys, everything. You go over there, walk through the school, because you used to get
Everybody
there,
home, yo. They like,
man,
nigga, who the fuck is this
yeah.
nigga?
And there you used to get there while school was in. So it's like right before the end of school, y'all all coming through there. And it's like, come on, man. Like that was a setup for failure, bro.
I was one of them idiot kids that walked around wearing all kind of colors, but I would wear a lot of red. I would wear all red or all purple or all green. I didn't care. I like the colors. I like to dress and look good. But when I
Right.
learned that shit, if I got on red and I'm over that way, they not even gonna think about asking me where I'm from. I ain't
Yeah.
gotta tell these niggas the truth. As long as they don't ask me, then I ain't been marked out. Ain't nothing, my name is good. They didn't ask me, I didn't ask them. Shit. I'm
Yeah.
in
And
they hood.
that's what I learned too, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You can move around, but then it's like, yeah, it was during the time once I really got my car and was able to move around, I could say that's when like I think gangbanging really pops. Like,
That's when you realize that shit was real and it's dangerous
yeah,
as fuck outside.
man, cause like we went to a house party in Crenshaw one time.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, it was just me and my homeboy, and we knew one chick that was in there. That was it.
I
And it was
always
like,
felt like certain like East LA, like not East LA, the Spanish part, but the east side of LA was always a little bit like people think Compton is the most dangerous place in the world. I'm so comfortable walking around that motherfucker on my side of the of the
right,
park. But I felt like certain parts of Watts was just like the way it looked was just grimy. And then certain parts of the east side, the way it look is just crazy. And the way people was acting and looking and dressing and shit, I'm like, yeah, I'm not kicking it over there.
man, who
I'm
you
not even. Where
telling?
you going? You going where? Oh, I'm not going over there.
God, telling you.
I
I
don't
used
even
to,
fit in over there, buddy. You get
man,
what I'm saying?
I used to date a chick that stayed in Watts. And man, I used to go over there by her house and they'd be like, I do not want to be over here. Like, can
Man, a
you just
girl would
get in the
tell me
car?
she was
Like,
from
let's go.
Watts, and her number would get deleted out my. I had nothing against Watts. I love my Grape Street niggas. I love a lot my 10 lines. I love a lot of people from Watts. I fuck with real hard. I go to Watts every time I go to LA. But back
Right.
when I was a kid, I wasn't dating no girl. You live where? Oh hell no.
See? And that's the
Literally,
thing.
I ain't never going to your house. Like shit, that ain't
Duh.
gonna happen.
That's the thing though. At the time, nigga, I ain't know no better shit. My thing was, nigga, I wasn't
You
outside
didn't
like
know where
that.
that was when she gave
No,
that.
she just gave me some streets and was like, all right, bet, pull up.
What happened? Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you something about. See, I learned not to go certain places because I went there before, and I
Right.
seen what I seen or what happened. What happened? No. You start to learn from experience like you did. Never been there before.
Yeah.
Tell me how to
Yeah.
get there. I go, and it's 50 niggas within the way I got the way you told me to go. I didn't got banged on 75 times.
Right. Man.
And
And
I got
then
banged on 75 times on the way to her house. It's 85 times on the way back. And some was the same people.
look, look, let me tell you the crazy part about it. Basically, I was going through there at the time. I had a red Mustang
Oh,
and I had a red dome light inside of my car. So when I opened the door, it was all red, everything with the peanut butter interior, and it was like I wasn't even gangbanging, but I know I was in the wrong area with what I had.
nigga said, let me get the fuck from over here.
Yeah, I tell her, man, hey, I need you to get in. Let's go, man. Like I'm not chilling over here. Then I
That
got
nigga said, I'm
cool.
not even getting out the car.
Nah,
Nigga, you
I got
drove through
cool
there
with her.
like, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on around this?
Mhm. I
Niggas
got
everywhere. Huh?
cool with her little brothers. Then they kind of introduced me to some people. Her grandma was like the mayor or something. Like she was big in Watts. So once we kind of start really kicking it, that's when I was able to move over there a little bit. But yeah, I still ain't trusted. That's not my area, man. I can't do it.
Man, I love Watch to Death, but certain areas I'm just not hanging. I'm not kicking it and standing there hanging though. And I ain't going to go visit no girls in certain places to this day.
Man, that's crazy. I be thinking about that shit, and I be like, dog, we used to just be on the go.
That's crazy though. All the time that I lived in LA, I don't know how everybody else feel. I love LA to death. Every time I would leave, I would come back. But I always wanted to get away from that motherfucker. Just the
Right,
anxiety that it gave me. I'm just like, I got to get up out of
right.
here. Like, I can't just feel like where I'm gang banging and I can't be comfortable around this. You can't get comfortable. I gotta be somewhere where I can get comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I thought about that shit at one point too. It's like that. What if I'd have grew up in the country or grew up to where it was just everybody had some picket fence type shit and wasn't nobody doing no tricking.
You wouldn't think like you did to get up out of there. You'd be thinking to go to it.
Yeah,
Most of them want to go towards that shit. They trying to act like us in them places now.
shit.
You go
Yeah,
back to LA now, and it ain't like how it used to be when we was young.
yeah, and that'd be why I ask people, man. Like, if you could go back to just say middle school, knowing what you know now, like the eighth grade, like would you do it? And how would you change what you went through?
I'd have been early on to getting behind this microphone and doing this shit right here.
But I'm
This,
saying, like
I'd have
none
been
of
the
this,
first one to ever
none of
do
this
it.
is, yeah, like none of
Exist
this is
yet.
what it is now. But you know it's coming, but you just didn't have that full access yet.
Shit, that'll be what I asked for Christmas and birthdays. I'm looking for a camera. I'm trying to learn how to use a computer. Definitely would have learned the trade. Started working as soon as possible. Uh, Anything like Bitcoin or Uber, I heard about that shit years before they was reality. Could have been invested into that shit when the stocks and that shit was nothing. I would have invested. I would have learned like there's no reason why I wasn't a millionaire 10 years ago when shit that was coming out 5 years ahead of time I would already know about, but never was think to be like, let me put this little $500 into that. Let me put this little $1,000 into that. Let me put this little $200-300 into that and see what happened. Hey, if I lose, I lose. I was gonna fuck it off anyway. But niggas don't think like that. But right now, you can't miss nothing. You can't miss if you miss an opportunity in 2024, especially while Trump in office and he finna help niggas build businesses and grow businesses, and this is gonna be the best time to start a real business and have a storefront and all that shit. The game is out there now.
No, facts. It's like they say, this is the time to start a business. I've been telling people that shit for a minute. And I mean, me personally, as far as the political race, I ain't have a horse in that race at all. I just know whichever side won is based on how I need to move for the next 4 years.
And you got to think in mind, don't be trying to sell things that are super expensive at this point because your store is going to be empty. You know what I'm saying? But if you got something common that people need and they buy every day, then you going to have them common folk come through and spend that money every single day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be very strategic.
Yeah, you got to have something that, sell some, I think the best thing to do is have a little convenience store in a neighborhood where it ain't one at. You might have to move. You might have to put it in a little town where ain't too much things around, and just have something that everybody in the city gonna need. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gonna win. Or because if you in a bigger city, it's kind of hard to compete unless you in a good shopping center and you selling something that people actually need. Smoke shops is probably the easiest, but I don't know how hard it is to get a tobacco license. A liquor store, I heard to get a liquor license, you better off just buying a store from somebody and buying a liquor license too. And that shit could range a lot of money, I heard, like $1 million type shit
I'm
to get
sure
it.
because there's a lot of consequences to it, and it's to the point to where do you trust somebody running that business? Because if somebody come in there with a fake idea, it's over with.
So that the gas station, that's a millionaire shit. So it's not so many businesses that you probably could open that's just gonna be super lucrative, other than I think a nail salon. Nail salons, they don't gotta be real big or anything. Shit, you could start a mobile nail salon business. I was telling my brother, his girlfriend just came here from the Philippines. I'm like, send her to cosmetology school where she can learn how to do nails. I don't know where you learn to do nails at, but I'm thinking it's cosmetology.
Yeah.
And let her be a nail tech. She gonna make hella money. They probably make like $1,000 a day because nails cost a lot of money just for nails. The nails in the feet that y'all see some of these women wearing could range from anywhere from 100 to 80, $90 just for the nails. The feet could be anywhere from 45, $50 to 100, $200. Some girls like real expensive shit, so they go pay $200 just for their nails and 150 for the feet. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of money up in there.
Man, and the crazy part about it is if you pay $150 for your toes, right? Like you gotta be wearing shoes to where your toes should be out on a daily basis. Like, because if you paying that type of money to put socks and some damn tennis shoes on, like, what's the point?
You crazy. Uh, my little friend, you know what I'm saying? She got her feet done about a month and a half ago. And they still look like they did when she got them done, but she paid 110. And she was like, I don't know why they charging me this much. She went to a new place. But when they lasted this long, she was like, I'm going back there. I'm like, I would too. Shit. You ain't
Nah,
got to. Shit, they still got all the little things on it they put on her toes and all that, man. The design, the color, everything looked good. You know what I'm saying? She got the works. She
yeah,
wanted all the extra little shit. It'll start off at $50, $60, but once you start adding the gel and you want this design and you want the French tip and you want this little flower on it with the diamond and all that shit, it's gonna hit you about 110, 120.
that
You know what I'm saying? But they
yeah, that's
lasted the
crazy.
test of time.
Nah, hey, I mean, I'm with it. Hey, to each his own shit.
She went to a cheaper spot and got her nails done for like $85. They wanted more for the nails. That spot she got her feet done. It was gonna come
Right.
up to like, almost 250, 260 just for nails and feet. She like, hell no. She went somewhere else, got them for $85. Them nails lasted probably 3 weeks. Should have went to the other spot, got your nails. Should have paid your
So,
260.
hey,
And then nails would have been lasting 2 months.
what
You
they
know what I'm
say,
saying?
you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. That's all it is to it.
That's crazy. But nah, that's for real though, because that's like if you think about it, even with barbershops, bro. Like you could go to a barbershop and pay $20, or you could go to a barbershop and pay like 50, 60. Cali, I'm sure is a different price, but I know out here that's about the going rate.
So, have you been watching the news lately with the Congress been in court with each other or whatever they doing, talking about these UFOs and all that old shit for the last week or two?
Nah, that haven't came across my feed.
I gotta send it your way, man. But they been in court, nigga, popping it, showing pictures and everything. Like, nigga, this shit is real. Somebody's hiding it, and they want to know what the fuck is going on. So I'm gonna do some research, and probably by next time we jump on here tomorrow, I have a little more information. I'm gonna do a little reading on what I know. I mean, what I could find, and give y'all a little summary of what exactly is going on. But I know I've been seeing it on my YouTube feed for the last week or two, and I ain't clicked it yet to hear exactly what they've been talking about. But I've been seeing they got pictures, they got video, they got different Air Force dudes, a gang of them coming out saying, "Yeah, we see shit and shit zipping past us, flying and doing this, that, and this." And now they trying to say that they demons. And I'm just like, well, we're gonna find out. We know we ain't the only ones in this whole fucking galaxy. We ain't the only ones. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. So
Hey,
I guess we finally gonna figure it out, find out what's going on, and
that's why they hitting us with all this celebrity activity, man. Because it be
this
other
shit like
shit.
that is going on right now, and
Yeah,
nobody is
like
talking about it.
it be other shit that be going on, and unless you in like the algorithms to be getting that type of shit, or people into that type of shit, that should have never come across what you got going on, man.
That's wild, man. That been going on. Even Joe Rogan talking about it. If you go look at Joe Rogan most recent video, he's talking about it. They've been in the courts, nigga. This shit is in Supreme Court, and they want to know Why are we all just now finding out? Some people never knew nothing about this shit. Debunked files, FBI, CIA files that they ain't been telling nobody nothing and hiding all this shit, keeping secrets. They got alien technology. They didn't found aliens and all kind of shit, and ain't said nothing to nobody and covered everything up like ain't nothing happened. And now everybody they want to know what's up.
Man, I mean, as a person, that was a part of the military, bro. I seen that the news is completely different when you in and compared to the regular news. So I
I
think
think
if
there's so
that's
many levels to that shit that if you ain't even got the right credentials, you not in the same conversation as everybody else anyway.
right, that's what I'm saying. To where it's like I feel like it's different levels to the news of what they gonna give you. So it's like, yeah, if you into all of that, what's that, the Area 51, all of that type of shit. Like if you into that type of shit and got the credentials to get in there, that's the type of news and shit that you get while you attached to them.
Right. Cause they might see something in you and snatch you and put you part of a branch that you ain't never even heard of at an army base that nobody even know about. And them are the people that know a little something, something. And you gotta go through all kind of security checks and briefs, and you can't tell nobody nothing. And you way out in the middle of no motherfucking where, underground some damn where. You know what I'm saying? Edwards Air Force Base. Um, it's a couple of them, man, that they be talking about that I hear about, and that be doing a lot of testing and all kind of shit that nobody really talk about. You hear sonic booms up in the Mojave Desert all day.
Man, that's crazy. Cause that's like, but when you watch, like when you be watching these movies and when you really see that a lot of this shit that be going on in these movies be happening, it's like, think about it. Is there really a damn what's that? The Transformers? Like is it, since we got these robots, is that what we going to? Here we go. Froze. Yo, you done froze on us. Here we go. Every time. It never fails. It never fails. Yeah, man. So yeah, we got. Oh yeah, he gone. He gonna call me too. So we gonna holler at y'all, man. I'm gonna go in live. It's just gonna get to the point to where we should just start recording. So I'm gonna see what he do with this. Hopefully we'll be able to drop it, do some edits, and get to you. Y'all enjoy. Okay, coming back.
Yeah,
Okay,
boy, we back. My
he,
shit
he
died
back.
on me one time.
I thought them.
I'm like, oh
I
man,
thought them people got you, dog.
they always try to get me.
Thought them people got you. I was about to wrap it up and tell the people, man, we gonna have to come back to you at a later notice.
Gonna go back and forth with the questions, just asking random questions to each other. Unless you got some more.
Nah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get into what we got, what we came for. We kind of touched it a little bit, so it's like, yo, let's go on and dive on into it, man. I'm finna roll up, so that way I got my couple questions ready. Yeah, you froze again. Did you freeze? Oh, nah, you moving. You lagging over there. You lagging. What is the who? I can't hear you lagging. I can't hear you. Yeah, because I can't hear you. That's, yo. Yeah.